Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if you're new here then thank you so much for stopping by. It's really much appreciated. My name's Sharon and my channel is called The Retirement Edit UK, and I am semi-retired and I work part-time 20 hours a week locally. And it gives me time to be able to take my mum shopping every week. It also gives me time to catch up with family and friends. And it also gives me time for my favourite hobbies, which include going to the charity shops, looking out for bargains, and also doing my YouTube channel. And I love walking. And I try and keep fit by doing yoga most days. I would say maybe 3 or 4 times a week. Yeah, so they're the kind of things that I get up to in my spare time. And what I chat about on my channel is about recipes that I do and cook with me's, and I also talk about personal finance and budgeting and using my spending diary just to keep me accountable of what I have been spending. And like I said before, I chat about my finds at the charity shop. And a big thank you to those of you who left a handbag emoji on my handbag vlog. That was really much appreciated. I know obviously bags aren't everyone's cup of tea, but it gave me an idea that there's a fair few of you who watch my vlog enjoyed watching me talk about bags. I'm not going to make it a regular thing, but you might find the odd bonus video come up about bags that I've thrifted in the past, or any bags that I find at the charity shop or on Vinted. And yeah, thank you to those of you who commented about the parking ticket that I got last week. Oh, I think because when it's a private company, I'm very wary of them, and I just think, you know what, get it paid straight away. Yeah, I've heard horror stories, I think we all have, on TV of how some of these private car parking companies can work. So I thought, you know what, I do own it. I did spend over the time that I should have done in the car park. Let me just pay it and hopefully it's end of story. But thank you so much for your kind and considerate comments regarding that as well. So I need to update you about my smart meter. Basically, I had an appointment with my utilities company last week, at the beginning of last week, and they were going to basically check the gas meter because it wasn't corresponding with the smart meter. And I had been told on their live chat that if the gas meter wasn't working, they would fit a new one. So I had a really nice young chap and he came promptly. I think he was here about 9 o'clock on a Monday morning. And yeah, and basically he said that the gas meter, it was quite old, and the problem was that all it needed was a new battery, but he said he was going to put in a new gas meter for me. And then he had a look at my electricity meter and he said, I'll put in a new electricity meter for you as well. And then once he'd done that, he said, actually, I think I better upgrade your smart meter. You can have a new smart meter. So from going to think that I was going to get a repair on the gas meter, I ended up with new gas meter, new electricity meter and new smart meter, which I'm really happy about. Now apparently it takes at least 35 days for the data to update on the smart meter. So it's not showing me any data at the moment. I did query this on the utility bills website on their live chat, and they did confirm to me that it does take that length of time for everything to connect through, but they could check and see what had happened with my meters being changed, and that everything seemed to be all in order. There was no problems from their end as far as they were concerned, so I've just got to sit and wait. So yeah, so that's my update with that. Then another update on Thursday, I checked my emails in the morning and I received an email from Top Cashback saying that I had some money sitting in my account, and I thought, well, the only thing I did on Top Cashback was in September, which was my home insurance with a company called Yoga, and it was priced at £51, I think £51.94. And I remember when I was doing it via Top Cashback, it mentioned about £38, you know, is the amount you would get. But I don't know whether I misread it wrongly. I thought I read it as, when you go through to the website of the company you choose, the discount will be deducted there and then. So the price of £51.94 was the price that I thought, well, yeah, that sounds about right actually, because my last insurance with Sainsbury's last year, I think was about £79. So I thought, well, that sounds about kind of right if they've deducted the £38 like at source. And in September, when I paid for it all in full, I didn't think anything of it, and that was that. And I haven't thought anything more of it. So I logged on to Top Cashback and there was £38 sitting there, payable. And so I quickly transferred that to my bank account. And yeah, it appeared in my bank account 2 days later. I was very happy. So top tip, if you are renewing any insurances, make sure you do go via Top Cashback. And you know Sharon at Living on a Low Income, she advocates Top Cashback. She uses it on a very regular basis. And if you've seen her vlogs about Christmas shopping, that you know that she got quite a bit of money from shopping through Top Cashback, and that enabled her to get quite a lot of Christmas presents. So unfortunately, I don't shop on that volume like what she does, but £38 for just one product, I was over the moon. So that basically meant that I paid less than £14 for annual home insurance. I can't believe that. It's just amazing. So yeah, make sure Top Cashback is on your radar when any of your insurances are up for renewal, or in fact any shopping that you're doing, holidays, short breaks, anything. Yeah, I'm a proper fan now, I must admit. So on Saturday afternoon, I had a really chilled day because I had been on a first aid course for work on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I thought Saturday I'm just going to stay in. It was cold, it was wet, and it was windy. And I really had no intentions of going out, but it got to sort of mid-afternoon. And you know when you get a bit of cabin fever and you think to yourself, I need to go, I need to get out. And that's what I did. So I've got some footage of my little trip out, and that's followed straight through with a tiny little shop at Tesco because I got a yellow sticker bargain. So I'll see you in a mo. Hi everyone. So it's a wet, windy and quite crisp Saturday afternoon. I had full intentions of just staying indoors, relaxing in front of the TV, but my mind had other ideas. I thought I would come and take a stroll to my local park and get some well needed fresh air and take in the views. Sometimes you just need some nature, some calm and a bit of fresh air. So earlier this week I was on a first aid course for work, and it was in the grounds of a country park, but where it was so cold towards the end of the week, I just wanted to get home and I didn't really sort of take in the beauty of my surroundings. And then staying in today, I just thought to myself, you know what, I just need to have a bit of nature around me, what I missed out on. So yeah, that's why I decided to come to the park in the rain, and thankfully it's not as cold as it was on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm nicely wrapped up, and yeah, just enjoying the views. So I hope you've had a lovely weekend, whatever you've got up to. And if you're not feeling very well, then I wish you better. And keep warm, keep hydrated and dose up, and feel better soon. But yeah, I'll leave you with the lake and the ducklings and the ducks. Something quite calm and peaceful when you're just standing in the rain and not doing anything in particular, but just taking in your surroundings. It's lovely. Standing under the tree, just wanted to feel the rain on the water. All these simple things that I just take for granted and never really take much of a glance at. Listening to what's going on and actually enjoying it. I never thought I would enjoy standing in the middle of the park with no umbrella, in howling wind and rain. But it just goes to show, sometimes we need to do the exact opposite of what we think we want. It just shows how refreshing it can be. Hi everyone. I've just got in from my walk in the park, and I'm pleased to say that the coat that I was wearing, the one that was bought from Vinted, which is a Next black knee length puffer kind of coat, totally waterproof. I'm not wet at all. My feet were dry, my body, my head was dry, the coat's soaked, and my bag is soaked, but my bag is waterproof as well. So yeah, I was very chuffed when I got in. So I did manage to pop into Tesco on the way back, and I got a yellow sticker deal. I was really happy. So the steak mince, which is 5% fat, as you can see, was £5.19, and it was reduced to £3.11, so £2.08 discount. I thought that was a really good discount. And then the only other thing that I bought in Tesco's was some orange juice, and the total spend in Tesco was £5.31. They didn't have any jacket potatoes, so I went to an international store near where I live. And when he told me the price of the Cyprus potato, it is quite big, but I was still very shocked. £1.49. I really don't know if that's because of the type of potato it is. He did weigh it, but I felt so embarrassed. I thought, well, I just had to pay it. I felt like saying, no, leave it. I don't know, am I being unreasonable? I think it's because I've been spoilt with going to Aldi's and buying jacket potatoes for 24p each. I know these shops have to make a profit, but I feel it was overpriced. But it's done, it's paid for now. So maybe the potato is actually very nice, so I'll have to wait and see when it's cooked to see what it's like. So yeah, 3 items there, not much to report, but very pleased with my yellow sticker item. So yeah, very happy with that mince. That was a really good discount, £2 off. Very happy with that. Not impressed with the price of the Cyprus potato, but it is what it is. What can you do? I just felt like I had to pay the money. I felt too embarrassed to put it back. So next on the list now is my Aldi shop. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm going to show you the Aldi shop now. Hi everyone. So this is my Aldi shop, and I have got quite a few things here. I haven't really got any fresh meat or fresh fish, and the reasoning behind that is I was having a chat with Sharon at Living on a Low Income UK, and we were chatting when we had the real spell of cold weather setting in, and we both just discussed what a good idea it would be to try and get our tins up in the store cupboard, so then obviously if there are days where you're not feeling going out, you know you can make a nutritious lunch or dinner. So basically that's what I've done. I've tried to stock up on a few tins and a couple of bits for the freezer as well. So let's get going with what I bought. So first off that I did need to top up was some toilet rolls, and these were £1.55 for 4. I think that's a pretty good price. Then next on the list, now these are, I would say, my top number one mince pies, along with the puff pastry ones from Marks and Spencer's. I really do like these Aldi ones. So I have noticed that Aldi and Lidl and Sainsbury's own, they all are priced at £1.25. So I do make a note of every time I go into Aldi to get these. So these were £1.25, and then of course I have to get cream to go with it. and the cream in Aldi is £1.39, and that's 300ml. And then next on the list, what I needed was some cheese slices, and these were £1.39. And then I also needed some bin bags, and these were £1.25, and you get 40 in a roll. Then next on the list, I am running low, and I really do enjoy this in a sandwich or on crackers with cheese. This is the pink pickled sliced onions. Oh, so tasty. And these are, let me have a look, £1.39. Then next on the list was a 6-pack of ready salted crisp for 85p. And then, I don't know why, but I got a real hankering for some onion rings. Unfortunately, the bag is fairly big. And I haven't got an awful lot of space in the freezer. Maybe on reflection I shouldn't have got them, but hey ho. So these were £1.99. And then I thought these look really nice. These are skin on beef dripping chips, and they have got a recommendation from, you can just about see it there, the Good Housekeeping Institute. Oh, they must be good. So I'm looking forward to trying those. And they were £2.35. Then next on the list was some floor wipes, and these were 89p. And then I really do like these. These are Aldi's spicy bean burgers. These are always on repeat for me. They really are tasty. I do recommend those. Make a good alternative to a beef burger. And you get 4 in a pack, and these are £1.45. I think that's a pretty good price. Then next on the list is some grated mature cheddar, in case I want to do some cheese sauce, and that's £2.19. And then next on the list, I got some canned new potatoes. These were 79p. And then I got some lentil soup. That was 63p. And then I managed to get 2 cans of chili con carne. These are £1.85 a can, so that's £3.70. And then next on the list was some chicken soup. I was looking out for the cream of mushroom, but they'd sold out, so I got chicken, which I do like. And that was 63p. And then next on the list, a couple of cans of the Pomodorini cherry tomatoes. There's 75p each. That came to £1.50. Then I got 5 bananas, and 5 bananas came to 80p. Then I got some Cavolo Nero kale. I've had this before and I really like it. That was 95p. And then last on the list was some sugar snap peas, because I really did enjoy those. So last time I got the sugar snap peas and the Cavallo Nero kale on a red sticker, but I'm still happy to buy these at full price. So my total spend in Aldi for 26 items came to £28.03. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I've got a fair few items here. I did mean to get a couple of jacket potatoes, but I can get them on my next shopping trip. I have still got one left in the cupboard, so it's not too much of a big deal. But yeah, very happy with that shop, and I think that will keep me going for a little while. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it's been a real mixed bag of things, updates and money back, money spent, and venturing out in the rain and the wind and the cold and loving it, actually. I really did enjoy that walk. yeah, sometimes you just have to do things that you just don't think you want to. Yeah, so it was the first time that I've done that in a very, very, very long time, purposely going out in the rain for a walk. Well, and hopefully it's not going to be my last time. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, will you consider doing so? It would mean so, so much to me. And if you have been inspired by anything you've seen on the vlog today, please let me know. Are you going to be using Top Cashback anytime soon? And yeah, have I inspired you to go for a walk in the rain? Well, I'm going to leave it there and I'll see you on the next one. But I hope you have a really good week. Take care, stay cozy, and I'll see you soon. Bye everyone.